Okay, I'm out today with the FX Impact testing the hybrid slugs with the pellet liner and the slug liner for accuracy. I noted the other day in the video on the slug expansion that getting less feet per second with the pellet liner, probably because of more drag, more aggressive lands, but it's about 45, it might even be pushing 50 today, and still the reduced feet per second, the liner is getting about the same velocity either on hammer setting 5 or max, about 890, 880 feet per second. And actually I was doing the chronographing with Crony, because the FX radar, that little sucker eats through batteries real quickly, but I had a damn hard time getting readings from that just because the light is, or the sun's so low. But I went back to the FX radar, and with the slug liner, well, where with the pellet liner I was only getting about 890, I was getting up to gosh, it was 950 feet per second with the slug liner on hammer setting 5. So I did a few more feet per second, and I'm shooting on 4 for about 910 feet per second, and shot some groups up here, and we'll go compare them. Okay, here are the results. Pellet liner versus slug liner. Across the top is a pellet liner. This is the first group here. I have a left to right wind at about a 45-degree angle at, I don't know, 2 to 3 miles an hour. I checked it with my wind meter. So you can sort of get the vertical, the horizontal dispersion there because of the wind. Now the vertical, just estimating, it's about 1 inch. And always my first groups are bigger. These two shots here were actually when I switched to the slug liner, and I aimed at this, and it was 1.5 mils, hitting 1.5 mils high. I've indexed both these barrels for what that's worth, but anyway, so I had to readjust when I did go to slug liner. But there's 2 shots in there, 3, 4, 5, and like I say, 890 feet per second, hammer 5, so less velocity. Whether or not they look like a little bit more accurate. So then when I went to the slug liner and ended up getting 907 feet per second at H4, hammer 4 setting, and like I said, it's about 50 degrees here, so the weather probably is still impacting it some, but you see the 5 shots there, and that's not a bad group. Horizontal dispersion again, maybe a little bit more vertical, not much. Next group of 5, pretty good, and the last group is pretty good, about 1 inch, and this is at 82 yards. So is there enough difference in accuracy to go with one liner or the other? As far as the pellet stability and spin, I don't know if the accuracy will maintain itself with the slug liner as you go out. I don't know if it's spinning it less aggressive than the pellet liner, but at 82 yards it's holding up pretty good, and most of my shots are around 100 or less. So that's what I got today, and I'll refine more. Okay, this is my final sight in with the FX hybrids at 82 yards. I decided to keep the slug liner in since it was in already. So first 2 shots were here and low. The wind was doing left to right. I estimated about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. So when I fired this group, I made sure it was hitting about 1 inch, 1.5 inches to the right. And then when I went to shoot this final, and this is 4 shots, first 2 shots were there, and then the wind sort of calmed down some. So that's under a ½ inch at 82 yards, so that's doing darn good. And as always, the more I shoot, I start getting in the zone, getting better accuracy, but that's darn good accuracy for the slug liner there in the hybrid. So now to go have some fun pesting.